Have you ever heard, "Oh, you're just too sensitive," or "You get hurt too easily," or "You take things too personally"? I know I've definitely heard that before, and when I heard that in the past, it was always something that felt like an insult, and somehow I needed to fix something or pump myself up and not be so sensitive or get stronger, whatever it may be, and over time, I started to realize that sensitivity, like anything, can be used as a strength or it can cause us problems and feel like a weakness. And also, there's not just one "you're too sensitive" type of thing. There's sensitivity in different parts of our life. For example, there's physical, mental, emotional, social, spiritual. So, in each of these different categories, the sensitivity can be used as a strength or it can feel like something that gets in our way or hurts us or makes us feel weak. So, physical sensitivity, every little thing I feel makes me feel reactive or shut down or controlled by. So that would be not a strength, it's sensitivity. A strength, insensitivity, physically would be like, oh, I'm aware that right now my body needs something, or right now I'm aware that I'm losing balance, or something feels uncomfortable, or my body's intuitively telling me that something's not right and I need to pay attention to that or have some kind of physical awareness or boundary of the situation that may be going on. And also in martial arts, physical sensitivity is super powerful if you're able to physically feel what someone's doing and where their body's moving and being able to respond to that instead of just being overly reactive. So physical sensitivity can be a superpower if we know how to use it. Mentally, it can feel like a weakness or something that's causing us lots of problems by every single thought. If we overanalyze and we're always worrying and being anxious and being like OCD or noticing every little thing and thinking it's something that we have to fix or take care of, and our brain is just feeling very reactive. Or we can have the sensitivity to use our mind to connect to wisdom. Emotionally, this is the one I think a lot of people are referring to when they're saying, oh, you're just too sensitive. I think when we feel something, if right away, if we identify with that being us, instead of we're feeling this feeling, it can cause us problems because I feel something right away, that's all that exists. I feel hurt and therefore you did something wrong. Or I feel afraid and that means there is danger. And it may just be something I'm picking up and feeling, but not having the wisdom to look at it from a different perspective and being consumed by the emotion. So that's when this emotional sensitivity or reactivity can feel very controlling and like we're being overly sensitive if we identify with every single feeling or emotion that we have. Instead of being aware emotionally that, oh, this is what I'm feeling. Let me check in with this and see what the message is and seeing if it's something I need to respond to, take care of. But there's something in you that can carry the emotion instead of completely being consumed by it. So physically, mentally, emotionally, and socially. Socially, being overly sensitive would be I walk into a room and no matter what everyone's feeling, that makes me feel it because there's no internal boundary of what someone else is feeling or what I'm feeling. Just I become that. Or if someone is not liking me, all of a sudden I feel this compulsion to try to get them to like me, to socially give me what I want emotionally. But it's like this thing I get rid of myself just to try to get that validation from them. So when we're being socially overly sensitive and identifying with that, we're becoming that other person without having the clarity of who we are and what is appropriate in the moment. Social sensitivity as a strength would be we can walk into a space, get a sense of what people may be feeling, picking up cues, and then using our wisdom to see what's appropriate for the moment. Maybe you're sensing something where you need boundaries once again, and you're able to trust that using your words or moving your body, whatever it may be. Spiritually, if we just become overly sensitive, trying to chase spiritual experiences or identifying with everything that this is the ultimate as opposed to spiritually being sensitive in a positive way that's empowering, would be to be sensitive to the deepest place in ourselves where we all come from. I like to call it the inner spark at Life Keto. We all have this inner spark, this calmness, this strength that allows us to show up into life fully and have the sensitivity to be connected to that. And then when we are, then we're able to use the other sensitivities in the other areas that I mentioned as a strength instead of feeling consumed by them. If you look at our body, for example, our fingers, our hands, our toes, our feet, our senses pick up information. But if all the information I pick up, if my body's being thrown around by it, I'm not very grounded. But if I learn to feel grounded in my body, in the core of my body, my spine, my hips, and feel this solid foundation, then when the information comes in, say martial arts, I can use the information and move my body in a way that's appropriate for the situation. But if I'm just consumed by the senses, then I'm thrown off balance all the time. So, what does this look like in life? How do we take sensitivity and make it a superpower, if you will, by learning to nurture our connection to this inner spark, to this deepest, calmest, clearest place in each of us? We can use our body, our breathing, our brain, our spirit, nature, relationships, meditation, prayer, all these different ways to learn to nurture and connect to our inner spark. And then from there, we can use our physical, mental, emotional, social, spiritual sensitivities as a power and a strength instead of a weakness. So I don't think if you're told or I'm told or someone's told you're being overly sensitive, I don't think that means to put on a thicker skin. I think what it means is for us to get more grounded and rooted into our center, into our inner spark, so then we can use the sensitivities to help and support us and others.